How many winning galleries this time? You only had 2 last time.
I've got 1.
This one. As needed. How about as needed?
I can't be the one around. They're all like.
Yeah, they are.
Who's serving, please?
Yeah.
For him not to start the doubles?
Good morning. We're here for the doubles. Looks like we'll be getting started soon. Your marker today will be James Stout of the Racket and Tennis Club. This match is going to be Philadelphia versus Chicago. Playing for Philadelphia, we have John Lumley, and playing across clubs and in practically every match, we have Josh Dodgson. Playing for Chicago, we have Connor Medlow, who just won his singles, and Steve Virgona, a veteran of this crazy game of ours. I'm Ken Fortin, and I'm joined by my partner Mark Beaumont. Mark, how you doing?
Very well, thank you. Really excited about this game. So this has been a week of injuries. People wrestling with their bodies. I think a lot of these pros have been out of action for a long time, and this is really their first.
Welcome back to the final day of the 2021 USCTA National League. This is a match between Philadelphia and Chicago. It's the doubles string. To receive Philadelphia, John Lumley and Josh Dodgson. To serve, we have Chicago, Steve Virgona and Connor Medlow. Matches to be the first to 8 games. 40 all after the first juice, except in the 7-all game. Love all.
We've had a lot of injury challenges this week. Now, one of those injury challenges is Steve Virgona, who's on court right now and serving. So he had ankle surgery on a tendon only a few weeks ago. We saw him play the first day against Camden Riviere, but that game really took it out of him. He sat out the second day. Now he's back now, but obviously we want to see how that ankle holds up, whether he's going to be less mobile because of it. Might be less of a problem in this doubles game. We'll see how it hangs up in the singles game after this. Up the other end, we've got Lumley and Dodgson, who really have been playing okay this week in terms of injuries, at least, and seem to have survived. I know that John Lumley was playing a lot with Camden Riviere as preparation for this game, so maybe he's just had a little bit more tennis at this level of intensity, which has helped him prepare better for the tournament.
Yeah, the match yesterday between Camden and John was really something else. I was able to slip out of my comfy chair here and into the daydown for a set, and it was really remarkable.
Just for the mental image there, in the commentary box here, Ken likes to sit in a big comfy armchair while he's commentating, whereas I sit up on a bar stool. If I sat down in a comfy chair like Ken, I'd be falling asleep right now.
And if I sat on a bar stool, my legs would be asleep in 5 minutes. As my friends tell me often, TMI, Ken, TMI.
All right, so on both sides here, we've got a lower handicap player and a higher handicap player.
Hey now.
We've got
30 all, 1 chase.
Steve and John, obviously, the 2 higher handicap players, and as we've seen really for the rest of the week, that means the lower handicap player tends to become a little bit of a target. We'll see how that plays out in this game.
Looks like Steve and Connor are doing some good doubles thought that was the end of that point. Never say never in court tennis doubles. Coming in.
All right, I've got Kathy Minovitz saying hello from Newport.
Please.
Kathy, it's great to have you out there.
Oh, that is just painful. That is a tough end to an insane rest. I'm not really sure what the longest rest is that we've seen, but I would swear that a couple of these doubles rests have to be at least 40 shots long. They go so fast, it's hard to count, but.
Forty 30 server, chase worse than 3 yards.
Let's see if Philly can get on the board first. Oh, little conversation.
Worse than 3 yards. 1 fault.
Back to the bobble.
Lost it, fell worse than 4.
Confident leave.
Game. 1 game to love.
All right. I can't let this go. Lumley's hair. Werewolf of London. Perfect.
Always perfect.
Hazard.
Who can blame him? It's a contrast with Josh. I saw I believe they played yesterday in the doubles as well. And oh, come on now! Look at that shot. Who needs a floor when you can hit like that? Medlow looking to slow the point down a little bit.
15 love.
Sometimes it's a bit pinball out there.
1 fault.
Well, we had the delight of being joined for the last match by Mike Gooding,
Chase, nearly a
head
yard
pro
worse.
at the Tennis Hall of Fame in Newport, Rhode Island. Mike told us some good ghost stories.
He had some ghosts. Well, so I had a trivia question that I was going to put out to the community, and I put it to Mike offline, and Mike said my answer was wrong. So he spoilt my trivia question. I'm going to put it out there anyway, so I'm looking at the chat comments at the moment. The question was going to be this, or is this? And I think what we'll do is we'll go with Mike Gooding's answer. We'll just say Mike is right, whether it's right or wrong. How many times is tennis referenced in Shakespeare?
15 all
Oh, my.
chase, nearly a yard worse.
So
than
Mike
the
Gooding
last
immediately
seller.
told me the answer and was very confident with what he said. So how many references are there to tennis in Shakespeare?
I'm going to
That's
go
the
with
question.
whatever John Murphy's answer is.
And we'll see how it goes. We've got about
right in the
30 viewers
face
at the
there.
moment.
Oh my.
30-15.
Connor looks undeterred. Coming way out.
Oh.
I've said it a million times.
40-15.
You think a shot from far up the court's going to be an easy one, but it's hard to hit a measured winner there. What on earth?
Game.
I think Steve must have done that net cord some wrong. It's exacting its revenge right now.
15 love. Chase better than second gallery.
Unexpected roll.
Oh, so John Murphy said, Ken and Mark, I missed the question. So here's the question
Oh
again.
no.
So the question is, according to Mike Gooding at least, who is the soothsayer of all knowledge, how many references to tennis are there in Shakespeare? And Mike had a very definite number. And if what we've got is we've actually got a TNR bandana here. If anybody gets Mike Gooding's number right, I'll send a TNR banner back with your pro, back to your home club. So how many references to Shakespeare are there, and how many references to tennis are there in Shakespeare is the question. In fact, there's the bandana on the screen. We have a picture of of said bandana. Thank you, Ryan Carey. There we go. We're all interactive, the Boston Tennis and Racket Club, with our commentary.
Many thanks to King of All Media, Ryan Carey.
40 love server leads. Chase better than second gallery.
All right, so Philadelphia 2-love up. Lumley serving to Virgona. Chase is better than second. Virgona tries to boast it into the wall, just misses. I've got to say, John Lumley's been playing very well this week.
Philadelphia pulling ahead convincingly. 3-love.
Dave Tedeschi says 12. Dave's listening. So Dave, you are way off. I'll give you that much as a clue. I think, Dave, you've already got a TNR headband, haven't you?
A headband.
15 love.
Dave Tedeschi, I believe, has about 24 headbands. He's a headband aficionado, you might even say.
Kathy Minovitz says 3. You've got to go way higher.
30
Uh-oh.
love.
24 is way off. Gotta go way higher than 3.
You. 40 love.
Wow.
Wow.
Better than the yard.
One thing I've noticed through this week, Steve Virgona loves playing up in front of that tambour.
40 love.
He's up a good 6 to 8 feet further than your average player, I'd say. I don't know if anybody's familiar with our lovely friend Michael Doe. Michael loved playing net in court tennis. I'm sad not to see him around too
40
much
love.
these
Receiver
days.
leads. Chase better than 1 yard.
All right, so John Murphy's the closest so far. Just watch this serve.
Lost it. L6. 15-40.
Dave Tedeschi says Price is Right rules. Exactly. All right, the closest person gets the bandana. You don't have to be spot on.
Without going over.
Yes, without going over.
We'll find the yodeler theme from the yodeling game on Price is Right.
But Mike Gooding, he said this number immediately, and apparently he attributed it to a literature professor from one of his previous clubs.
Surely that's a sign that it's wrong. Of course, now you just run a search and there's your answer. Hey now.
Oh, just missed the
Oh
timber.
my gosh.
They're smiling. Philadelphia guys are smiling at each other. Little fist pump there. I think they knew that was just a touch lucky, but they'll take it anyway.
That spot where the ball landed is something Tony's been encouraging me to call the oh well zone. Can't cover the whole court when you're playing singles.
That's right.
You know, if he slips it in underneath the grill, you just say, oh well. Let's just say I say oh well a lot.
Oh, that was straight on for winning gallery, and Steve Virgona knew it. He couldn't defend it. He kept it out of winning gallery, but he couldn't get it back over the net.
Wow, Philadelphia has really pulled ahead here, 4-love. Chicago better get on the board or else it's lights out.
Oh, Kathy Pugh has guessed 110. Kathy, you are the closest by quite a long way at the moment. HZ Zicken, I hope I'm saying your name right, says 34 and a half.
Was the half te or nis? Yeah, sometimes playing amateur tennis when I'm down 4-love, especially in the doubles, I look at my partner and just say, "Come on, let's turn up the heat." You know, just start slamming some more walls and try to create some racket errors from our opponents. I don't know if you can turn up the heat at this level. I mean, the heat is already over boiling, and it's a difficult job.
2 hazard chases here for the Philadelphia guys.
15-hole hazard, better than the door.
Try explaining
Hazard
chase
better than the door.
a chase hazard better than the door to a newcomer.
Oh, straight in.
Wow.
Great shot, John
The
Lumley.
Daydon, always a winner.
Main wall Daydons just went round.
Daydon, winning gallery grill, always winners. What is that call? Not over? I've never seen that before. A ball caught up in the net. Maybe that ball's just had enough. Said to the net, "Hug me."
40-30.
I've been brutalized all week. As some people would say in Boston, I've experienced trammer.
Nice touch there between Josh Hodgson's legs.
Oh, look at that now.
Virgona goes for winning gallery.
Oh, what a funky.
Lumley thought that was
Just-
going past Tambor.
Just clipped Tambor.
Just clipped the edge. So we were talking about Pierre Etchbaster earlier, actually, and I had the privilege of playing in Philadelphia with Russell Corey, who actually trained under Pierre Etchbaster. Russell told me that Pierre always used to say that at the top level, this is a game of indecision.
Interesting.
And these guys are so good they can return most balls. The balls that they don't get are the ones where they're not sure if it's going to clip a corner or not. And obviously the edge of the Tambor is one of those corners that falls right into that category. I don't know if we've got Russell on the stream, but
Over there.
Russell was an absolute privilege to play with.
Oh, just tucked
Another
in.
main wall.
Just tucked in. John Lumley just on fire today.
He seems to be getting those main wall dead-ons around Steve Virgona, doesn't he?
Connor Medlow just a wall up there.
Well, it's interesting how far back Connor is playing up the court. Oh, what a point.
No.
What a point.
Dagnabbit.
30-15.
Well, Chicago's on the board now. Let's see if they can keep it rolling.
Fault.
Yep. Just a reminder to folks who might not be so familiar with this game, service has to hit that slanted shed roof there called a penthouse and then fall within a largish service box that's bound by the edge of the marked portion of the floor on the receiver side, and then by that yellow line that you see on the receiver side.
Well, Mike Gooding was just saying about that as well, wasn't he? He mentioned that there used to be a thing called a pass. So when you were serving, you used to get the serve back again. We used to get to be able to repeat the serve if you did a pass, which was a ball then that crept along the back penthouse past the yellow line as you see it on your screen there. And he thinks that in Bordeaux they still do use the pass.
I think that is it's part of the French rules.
Does anybody know the answer to that? John Murphy would probably know the answer to that.
Advantage receiver.
Freddie Adam next to me says thumbs up.
Game. 5 games to 1.
I know there was some talk, I believe, from Australia. I sit on the executive committee of the USCTA, and I believe there was some talk in Australia about a possible return of the pass, and I think the American response was no thanks. It seemed I think the sense in the United States was
15 love.
we didn't think that the game would be improved by service battles. I think one of the
30 love.
best things about this game personally is that there are not a lot of aces, and it's a real battle in that sense.
Oh, so HC Zikina says they use the pass in Paris. They
Yes.
still do.
I was lucky enough to play the Paris court 2 summers ago. If anyone has the opportunity, it is a wonderful, wonderful place. The ceiling is so high, I'd compare it to a cathedral. It really is. Oh, look at this tennis action. Oh my gosh, come on. Look at Connor Medlow.
15-30.
I mean, not a small guy, but wow, is he able to get that racket around?
So Philadelphia taking a healthy lead here. Obviously John Lumley's playing very well, but you got to give it to his partner as well. They're partnering as a team very well. Lumley picked that tambour very early.
Oh my lord.
Out of court.
40-15, 1 chase.
We call that that spot right above the tambour, Andy Roberts.
That's where he puts it, is it?
Played a lot of morning doubles with him, Paul Bolster, Arthur Drain, and somehow from this service side, he puts so many balls in that little space right above tambour. I'm probably the only one left calling it that, but so be it.
40-15, server lead, chase better than 5 yards.
Marker today is James Stout from New York.
Fault.
John Lumley was just having a little chat to him, just a friendly chat.
Little edge.
Don't think he was complaining about anything. Chase here is better than 5.
Steve just able to dial that right. Look where he is. He was at first gallery there.
The last gallery.
Loses the chase.
I do not recommend that positioning to
6 games
any
to
amateurs
1.
out there.
Michael Doe, Tennis Nut, says, "Hi Ken, thanks for the mention. This is great coverage. I will have to show up next year with my cameras. As Ryan, king of the media, you deserve it, bro." Ryan, you definitely do deserve it. This is fantastic coverage. Ryan, who manages to do so many things, we now think he has 10 fingers on each hand. He's showing us his hands. So we've got a couple of games left. Does somebody just want to nudge Kathy Pugh's guess of 110 up? And whoever it is, I'll send you the bandana. I can't give it to Kathy. I think she's already got about 10 TNR bandanas. Kathy, of course, one of our great members, sits on the tennis committee with me here in the Boston TNR club.
Fault.
Kathy was one of the members who was nice enough to play with me when I was first learning this game, because I came to this game with no real. I mean, I played a little bit of racquetball, a little bit of squash. I was just an absolute basket. Hello, I was just an absolute basket case out here when I was first learning.
30-15.
Took me months and months and months to finally take a set off of a player. I was high for about a week after that.
I'm sure. Well, and it's the wonderful thing about this game, isn't it? I think if you play this game, the community is something that you really appreciate.
Yep.
And I always remember when I was new to the game, Kieran Booth down in Melbourne took me on court. And
Through the legs. Come on now.
come on. And
Around the back.
you know, Kieran is a world-class player, probably the best amateur in the world.
Oh no. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
40-15, 1 chase.
And so for somebody like that to take a beginner on court, I thought was just fantastic. I've always remembered it, and I will always try and replay it forward now when I see new beginners come to the court.
You only
come
have
the
to
club.
do that when you're the best amateur in the world.
Well,
I'm not going to hold my breath, Palma.
40-15, receiver, chase, second gallery.
We keyed.
1 fault.
Look at this now. Almost an insurmountable lead at this point.
second gallery chase. they were just going to nail that until they won the point.
Who would have guessed? I don't know. Looking back over this, I'm not really sure I had many predictions, but standout play, I don't know. Somebody argue against this position. I think Lumley may have had the best tournament so far. I'd be happy to hear other observations from folks who've been watching all week.
I think he's just looked sharp all week, hasn't he?
Yep.
He looked sharp against Camden Riviere. Obviously, they've been practicing together a lot, and his volleying's been good. His court coverage is good. He's looking fast on the court.
I mean, it's obvious that John has been working diligently to improve his game. I think he's reached the point. He's reached a point where, you know, improvements are going to be extremely hard won. I mean, he's obviously got all the rudiments of the game down. His reaction time seems incredible. His fitness is amazing. Rarely seems the least bit winded. You know, at this point, it's probably strategy and intra point decision making.
Got Rob Whitehouse on the stream saying, and Tony Hollins also has to be one of the most improved. I think that's a great observation, Rob. And it's easy to forget because Tony lost his 2 singles games against Josh. But Tony's been working hard. He's been doing a lot of solo practice. He's been training with Camden as well. And he looked sharp out there as well. Didn't look so sharp in the bar afterwards after he'd lost. He looked sharp on the court.
That's why when I saw him later, I said, "So how you doing?" He said, "I'm better now." Congratulations to Tony, recently engaged. I got to hear a bit of the story. Asked Lizzie, his fiancée, to marry him in Joshua Tree State Park out in, or is that a national park? In any event, out in beautiful California. Boy, if you have not had a chance to go to Joshua Tree, get yourself out there as quickly as possible. It's so eerie and beautiful.
2 games to 7. Chicago pulls one back with a wonderful force from Steve Virgona.
Well, every game is do or die now for Chicago.
Well, Connor can't put them up on the penthouse like that if he's expecting to pull games back.
Lumley
And he knows it.
smartly split the 2 of them right there.
Connor, one of the guys who expresses how he's feeling.
He says,
on
"I
court.
hate that ball." Lumley's trying to take advantage of the anger.
James Stout, the marker, sitting in the dead hands is Barney Tanfield as well.
Oh my.
40 love.
Match ball. That's too bad.
And there it is.
8 games to 2.
All right.
8 games to 2 to Philadelphia. So, great game there. I'll finish off the Shakespeare question. Mike Gooding's answer was 138. He says there are 138 references to chases, hazards, and other tennis aspects. John Murphy, I will send you the bandana because you said dozens and you were the closest outside of Kathy.
Dozens.
That'll do. I'll find some more trivia for the next game. All right, who's next up, Ken?
Next up, we still Philadelphia, Chicago. It's going to be Steve Virgona staying on court against John Lumley. We know Lumley's been very hot. Steve's still working with that ankle injury. We'll see what he can make of it. Looks like we're going to have a new marker, Barney Tanfield from the R&T. He looks fresh. He's brought some supplies for Ryan Carey. Thank you for our video. I've been Ken Fortin with my partner Mark Beaumont. We will see you in a few minutes in the next singles match. Thanks a lot.